Okay, so guess what we're gonna do today? We're gonna go in the gym, and this is literally what I do all day, every day. I am in the gym all week because it's my job, but also I love being here. And I know a lot of people get in the gym and they do biceps and some triceps and maybe some quad extensions, but not a lot of people are paying attention to their hamstrings. And why should we do that? Why is it so important? Because you want to be able to have a balanced body. If your quadriceps are much stronger than your hamstrings, it can cause imbalance, which can then cause knee problems. And then if your hamstrings are just weak, that can also contribute to knee problems. So don't just focus on those body areas that are really common, that are easy to attack, but remember you gotta do the whole body so that way we're strong in every sense, and then we're not having these imbalances that suddenly one side is so strong that the other one becomes so weak that it becomes a burden and actually can tax both sides. So I'm gonna show you some of my hamstring routine as well, because this year I had a big trauma to my hamstrings. I tore some of my tendons at the attachment. And so I've gone out there and I've gotten my hamstrings really strong so that never happens to me again, because that was not fun. And I'm gonna show you a little bit of not only my rehab routine, but the routine that I do all the time now as a baseline. Okay, so when I am working on my hamstrings, the first thing I want to do is get my glutes activated, because the gluteus plays a big role in supporting the hamstrings. So before I start any hamstring exercise, what I like to do are some glute exercises. I'm not going to get into all those today because we're going to focus on the hamstring, but what I do want you to start out with, like I start out with, is getting those glutes activated. So we're gonna do what's called like a hamstring glute bridge. You're gonna work your hamstrings as well as your glute, and what we're gonna do is do 3 sets of 10. We're gonna do 10 raises, and then at the end, we're gonna hold it for 10 seconds. And what I'd like you to do is build up to 20 seconds, then 30 seconds, and then ultimately, hopefully get to 45 seconds to start to really build some strength, not only in the hamstrings, but also in the attachments of the hamstrings, so you always have that integrity there. Especially if you're the kind of athlete too who's doing explosive sports, then you're really gonna want that support. And if you are not necessarily exploding, you're just gonna get honestly really beautiful glutes from it. So it's worth it regardless. So the next exercise we're gonna do is a single leg deadlift. And what's important in this exercise is that your weight is actually on your front foot, and also that you're hinging from your hips. So you're gonna be hinging from here. So that kind of movement where you're just moving from your hips, and you're gonna make sure you wanna pull in your core too, so we wanna make sure that's strong and you don't hurt your core while you're doing this. So I'm gonna show you how it's done. Okay, so our next exercise is a hamstring curl with the Physio ball. So a lot of times you're used to using a hamstring machine, but this is so much more functional. If you don't have a Physio ball at home, I would recommend getting one. It's a really good investment and you can use this for so many exercises. And the best part about this too is that you're gonna also challenge your core, and it's gonna even isolate your hamstrings even more, because you're gonna have to be forced to use those hamstrings in order to pull that ball in and out, and it is a fantastic exercise. Okay, so those are 3 exercises that you can use to infinity and beyond for your hamstrings. They never get old. They always work, and you can incorporate them into your routine. You can do all 3 or just one, as long as you're doing something and strengthening those hamstrings too. And then next, watch for part 2. So that way, once these start to get a little bit easy, maybe you can up your reps, but we'll introduce some more challenging hamstring exercises. So when you get stronger and you want more challenges, you're ready for it.